Ayan. Today we will discuss on how to do the COC1 demonstration for facilitate learning sessions. So for this particular demonstration, you will be demonstrating on how to become basically a trainer. Kung paano natin gagawin yung from the first day up to the last day ng ating mga trainees. So, ang mangyayari po niyan, the basis of the demonstration for COC1 is actually the CBT process flow. So, first daw, the trainee will enter the program. Then you're gonna do the orientation. You're gonna administer the recognition of prior learning and the role of the trainer/trainee. Next is the trainee will select the competency and you will introduce what we call the CPLM or the competency-based learning materials. And you will organize the learning strategy and introduce the use of progress and achievement charts. So the review learning packages, viewing of multimedia materials, use of manuals, observing of the demonstration, practicing of the skills in workshop, and receiving assistance and advice is what we call the CBLM. Again, it is the competency-based learning materials. So, let's say na si trainee ay fully understood na niya or at na nagamit na niya or na-develop na niya ang learning through ang kanyang own learning through the CBLM. The next thing is to elicit the performance, which is the trainee will practice the task and you as the trainer will observe the performance of your trainee. After that, the trainee and you, the trainer, will rate the performance of your trainees. So, titignan natin kung ito po ba ay up to standard sa ating competency standards and the training standards. And if so, yung trainee natin can actually select another competency para matuto po uli siya. And if all competencies are met, they can actually exit the program and undergo the national assessment. So if all competencies are achieved daw, pwede nang mag-exit ng program. Now, in the event that either hindi pa niya nagawa satisfactorily ang given na task or hindi pa niya kompleto lahat ng competencies na needed for that particular qualification, yung trainee po natin may return to the CBLM until such time na may mastery na siya dun sa skill na iyon. So that is the basic na basehan on how will you do the demonstration for COC1, which can be further discussed dito sa procedures. So first thing that you're gonna do daw is the pre-training activities. Syempre, you're gonna construct pre-assessment instruments or pre-training assessment tools, as well as the preparation of the TNA instruments or the training needs analysis. So, ang ibig sabihin po niyan, you're not gonna administer the set instruments, no? Gagawa pa lang po kayo. So, based on the certain needs or from the TNA, as well as the training regulation, and the competency-based curriculum, you, the trainer, will actually prepare a session plan and develop a CBLM or competency-based learning materials based on that session plan. Next is you're gonna lay out your workshop by workstation following the CBT principles as well as the section 3.5 of your training regulations, which is the requirement of the facilities. You will organize the training resources and monitor attendance. Next thing is conduct training needs analysis and pre-assessment. So in order for you to be able to function ng ayos sa ating training, you need to know the needs of your trainees. So the training needs analysis daw will reveal important data such as the current competencies and trainees' characteristics. These are the basis for the planning and scheduling of the training sessions. Siyempre, you will cater the very need of your trainees, and it will be evident, di ba, through the training needs analysis forms. That's why you need to prepare it as such na may hit niya every aspect na kailangang ma-hit. Next is you have to schedule the you need to schedule the training sessions. The training schedule is based on the trainees' characteristics and the current competencies. Trainer should be creative enough to maximize use of available resources to facilitate the learning. Training methodologies may vary from trainee to trainee. So magkakaiba ang different ang methods nila on how will they basically the effective ways for them to learn things. So you as the trainer should cater it. Next is after the pre-assessment, the trainee will choose a competency. For trainer's methodology, planned training session is a prerequisite to all other competencies except the competency utilize electronic media in facilitating training or utilizing multimedia materials. It is therefore the first competency the trainee should learn. So again, there are certain competencies or qualifications rather na may prerequisite competencies in order for them to actually progress sa training. You have to design your first training sessions for attainment of the learning outcomes of the planned training sessions. Wait lang po. You need to prepare the training facilities. You need to prepare the training facilities and assign trainees on their workstations. And you will assign trainees depending on trainees' current competencies and the availability of the training resources. So, i-establish muna natin yung competencies na needed ng ating trainees in order for them to learn everything na required sa hindi sa TM1, sa qualification. Next is you're gonna orient the trainees. Orientation of trainees to the competency-based training. Yan po yung pinakauna. So, what are the competency-based training? So, i-explain mo yung mismong competency-based training. Bakit natin yun yung ginagamit natin? You will explain the 10 CBT principles, the CBT process flow, and the role of the trainer and the trainees, and the evaluation system for competency-based training, which is either you're competent or not yet competent. It is during orientation that trainers motivate students about the program and its benefits. To trainees, this is the time when you get trainees excited about the prospects of getting real occupation training and confident that they can succeed in the training program. Next is you're gonna orient about your institution, whatever institution you may be, affiliate to. Usually, training institutions that start qualifications at the same time orient students about the institution during the trainees induction program, which is yung nangyari din po natin on our very first day. It is during this time that trainees get acquainted with the school faculty and the staff, facilities, programs, and services. If arrangement warrants, this orientation is a responsibility of an orientation committee, preferably headed by the guidance counselor. But if schedules do not allow for a mass orientation, it is your responsibility as the assessor as well as the trainer to orient them about the institution. Next is you're gonna orient them about the qualification and the training program, yung role of trainer and trainees, yung competencies na covered based sa ating training regulations, so basic, common, and core, and sometimes meron tayong tinatawag na elective competencies. The use of the competency-based learning materials and instructions, the facilities, the workshop, the evaluation system, and trainees will always be interested on how they will be rated. They should know what to be and how they will be evaluated. Next, you're gonna guide the trainees in doing the activities of the session. So, nanghingi po ako sa inyo ng 4 na klase ng activities, which is yung individual study, lecture/discussion, video presentation, and the demonstration. So, yun yung 4 na ating ipapakita or ipapresent during our own demonstration for TM1 sa COC1 na trainer facilitating the learning sessions. So, the trainee is guided by the CBLM about the activities to be undertaken through the learning activities page. All instruction sheets are also provided with necessary sections which will serve as a guide in undertaking the activities such as OHS, tools, materials needed, standards to be met, and the speed or the time duration. Excuse me. Next is once you present the CBLM and syempre, in return, your trainees will practice their current development of the skill. You're gonna need to provide feedback naman. So, feedback can be achieved through self-checks, task sheets, operation sheets, job sheets, and performance criteria checklists. They will serve as a guide now for trainees in checking their own work, but it is also important that the trainers check the performance of each trainee. Always remember that immediate feedback is critical in training. You're gonna have to provide remedial activities such as lecture discussions, for knowledge, and demonstrations or tasks for practice as the need arises. Since the learning is self-paced, trainees are expected to finish at different times and may be doing different things at a time. Slow learners would need more guidance than the others. The trainer should be very sensitive about the needs of trainees with special needs, such that of the slow learners. In some cases, several task sheets to practice would be needed before they are ready for more complex activities, such that in the job sheet. Siyempre, once you are you're doing the activities na, you should be able to record the achievement and the progress of your trainees through the progress chart and the achievement chart. The progress chart and the accomplishment or achievement chart is a record of the accomplished activities and acquired learning outcomes of the trainee. So, si learning outcomes ay for the progress and yung activities naman is for achievements. Okay? Next is you're gonna have to evaluate. Nawala po? Hindi naman po.
Sir,
Okay lang.
opo.
Nawala po?
Hindi po.
Hindi po.
Bakit kaya nagkaganito? Wait lang po ha. Mag-refresh lang po ako. Nawala po yung aking internet doon sa aking PC. So, nakikita na po ulit, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Next is you should evaluate the trainee's performance. So, syempre, you will do the evaluation of the acquired skill of your trainees through the use of the institutional assessment, diba? Performance of the tasks, and job sheets are venues for practicing a task or a skill based on the criteria in the performance criteria checklist. So the task sheet daw is likewise the basis for formative evaluation of the trainee's performance. So you need to provide feedback on the result of the evaluation, and as well as you should reflect those result of your evaluation or the feedback in the progress chart and the achievement chart. You need to decide whether the trainee advances to the next competency or to do more practice activities. Okay, so That is the ano po muna, no? But, hindi pa po tayo tapos. We are gonna be focusing on, ayan. Oh, sorry. The demonstration part na. So, ano yung what is expected on your demonstration mismo for COC1. So, there are steps on doing the demonstration. No need to no need to write everything down. Lahat naman po ay provided to you. All you need to do is listen. So the first thing that you're gonna establish is the time duration. You will be doing all of this in around 30 minutes lang po. Okay? So the first thing that you're gonna do now before anything else is you should prepare the 9 CBT areas, post your progress chart, achievement chart, and training activity matrix. You should prepare all the tools, materials, and equipment needed for your demonstration. And syempre, if ang inyong magiging assessment is on a physical setting, you should be able to connect your laptop to computer, or better yet, sorry, that's laptop to your projector. So you need to project your your presentation. So this is actually ang kinuha ko ito, this is actually a script na from a previous trainee na let's gonna run through na lang in order for us to discuss on how will the flow of the demonstration will be. So the first, syempre, na inyong gagawin is the orientation. After you establish the tools, materials, and equipment needed for your demonstration, as well as yun nga po yung pagpo-post ng training activity matrix, progress chart, achievement chart, and the 9 CBT areas. Basically, yung number 5 na inyong template document, maliban po sa paglalagay natin sa portfolio yan, yun din po ang magiging props po ninyo while you're doing the demonstration. So, let's read, no? So, PowerPoint daw. Naka-project po yan. A pleasant day to all, sabi po niya. Welcome to your school daw, your training center, and to the qualification, kung ano yung inyong qualification. I am your trainer, and my name is, yung pangalan po ninyo. Actually, naka-read po yung mga parts na dyan, papalitan nyo doon sa script na binigay ko po sa inyo. Doon nyo na lang po siya tignan na mas maayos. So the first thing that you're gonna do is, syempre, to have attendance. Before anything else daw, I'd like to check first those who are present today. So, mag-establish kayo ng attendance. And the next thing is to give a background or a simple background lang of your training center. One slide will do. Actually, 2 to 3 sentences will do. Bakit hindi mahalaga mag-present ng school background, mission, vision, and whatnot? Kasi unang-una, hindi siya counted. Wala siyang weighing factor. Pangalawa, it can take time. Kung mararandaan natin, limited yung time, 30 minutes, at marami po kayong gagawin. So, your school daw kunyari is a TESDA accredited training center which provides quality technical education and skills development, and together with TESDA helps in the promotion of middle level manpower development. To familiarize yourselves now with the areas of your training centers, you will discuss next the CBT areas or your facilities, your workshop layout. Yun po yung next natin gagawin. Sige, para mas madali, wait lang po. I'm gonna jump, wait lang po, from one document to another. Ayan. To give you an example na of the, nakikita naman po, kahit maliit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, habang binabasa po natin dito yung parang script, on the right side naman, papakita ko yung sample ko na presentation, na PowerPoint. So, ulitin ko. So, syempre, you're gonna orient first. So, next is you're gonna, syempre, welcome them and kunyari, yung i-welcome din niyo po sa qualification and magpapakilala po kayo as the trainer and you will have a brief background of your school. Ganito lang po kasimple na background. Yun lang po, ganyan lang po ang needed. Next is yung workshop layout daw po. So, I will try to zoom it. Yan. So, next thing that you're gonna do is discuss about the 9 CBT areas within your workshop layout. Kung nasan tayo ngayon, kunyari, say, computer laboratory, diba? Establish natin yung location ng each of the 9 CBT areas sa ating workshop layout. So, on my left is the trainer's resource area, the institutional assessment area, and the practical work area. Doon naman po sa dulo is the learning resource area, contextual learning area, and the distance learning area. Opposite naman po from the computer laboratory is the male and female restrooms and the support service area, etc. Ganun po. The next thing that you're gonna do is to administer what we call the pre-training assessment tools. Tatlo po yan. So, let me highlight it here. The data gathering instrument or the characteristics of learners or the trainees characteristics, yung very first part ng template number 2. The self-assessment checklist and the pretest. Ito yung pinakaunang part natin or pinakaunang pinagawa kong activity sa inyo. There's 3 things that you're gonna have to do with this pre-training assessment tools. First is you're gonna introduce them. The data gathering instrument, the self-assessment checklist, and the pretest. So, the data gathering instrument or the trainees characteristics is to let you know the personality of your trainees. Your self-assessment checklist naman is will let you know their current skills, and the pretest will let you know their current knowledge. So the next thing that you're gonna do daw is you have to really administer it. Ipakita nyo po daw, ibigay nyo po talaga, and you're gonna have to let them ipapasagutan nyo po. So, sorry for the lack of a better term. So, papasagutan nyo po talaga and you're gonna have to administer the said materials. But before that, mas mahalaga din po pala na ating i-establish why do we need to do those. What is the context? Why do we have to, on the very first day, tayo ay mag-quiz kagad? So you have to let them know that this data gathering instrument, the self-assessment checklist, and the pretest, or what we call nga in general the pre-training assessment tools, is first of all a tool or an instrument that the trainer uses in order for them to know the current skills, knowledge, and learning characteristics of the trainees. So, gine-gauge lang daw po ni trainer ang current skills, knowledge, and yung personality, pwede rin, and yung preferences ng ating mga trainees. Yun po yung purpose niya. So, while they, yung na-administer na natin, kunyari, ang pre-training assessment tools, syempre, you're gonna give them ample time or sufficient time rather to let them fill it up, di ba? And so, next thing that you're gonna do is to jump right back in the orientation. So, nakalagay dito, no? Okay, done. Please pass it on the front. Tomorrow, you will be informed of the results of the pre-assessment you did a while ago. So, you will continue on the orientation. So, you will focus on the presentation of the CBT and the qualification itself. So first, you're gonna explain what is the CBT or the competency-based training. It is an approach that focuses on the competency development of the learner as a result of the training. So why the competency-based approach? Education and training must keep pace with the current technology and customer requirements. So the next thing is principles, the 10 principles of CBT, which you're gonna have to enumerate. And you're gonna have to explain at least 3 of them. Kaya naka-highlight po itong dalawang to. And sa next page, may isang naka-highlight. So, kaya lagi ko po kayong kinukulit na basahin ito at unawain the 10 CBT principles. The next thing that you're gonna do is to explain the CBT process flow. Ito yung kakatapos ko lang po diniscuss sa inyo earlier. So, the trainee will enter the program, the trainee will select a competency, they will be given the CBLM. After that, they will attempt a task. Pagka nagawa po niya satisfactorily yung task na yun, he or she can actually select another competency until such time na may makuha niya lahat na competency needed for the said qualification and undergo the national assessment. In the event that he or she did not do satisfactorily yung performance ng kanyang competency, he or she may return to the CBLM until such time na may further mastery na po siya dun sa particular skill na yon. Next is the role of the trainer and role of the trainees. So you will discuss on or rather what is your role and responsibility as the trainer. So trainer as facilitator daw po will guide the trainees and assist them during the learning process. Trainer as counselor, you can give advice when necessary regarding your problems or issues while undergoing the training or the learning activities. Yung as a role model naman daw po, you should act, perform accordingly as the trainer will be emulated by the trainees. So, next is you're gonna have to establish the role of the trainees naman. So, the trainees daw can learn at their own rate within the program, the guidelines. Learning is self-paced, napakahalaga po. Next is the trainees naman daw po, on the other hand, are responsible for what they learn and when they want to learn it, moving to the next task only after mastering what he or she is currently working on. Next thing that you're gonna do is to explain what is the CBLM or the competency-based learning materials. It is simply a well-designed and carefully developed learning materials that give trainees detailed instructions to guide them throughout the learning process. It may be media that contain information related to work requirement, learning that is guided towards the achieving the competency required in a workplace, tools that facilitate individual learning process, instruments that measure the competency required in the workplace, etc. So these are actually examples lang po of CBLM that will be used for technical drafting and C2. Next is before you continue on wait lang po. Ayan. Before you continue, you should let them know of the evaluation for CBT. So for the evaluation system, it is not numerical in nature but adjectival. It's either you're competent or not yet competent. You will be assessed according to 3 aspects, which is the knowledge, the skills, and your attitude. And we focus on the word yet because you will be given every chance in order for you to become competent. So the next is you're going to have to establish what are the competencies for your chosen qualification. You have to discuss the basic, the common, and the core. After po nyan, that is the end of the orientation proper, you will actually have the pre-training assessment result na. The next thing that you're gonna do is to actually separate 2 trainees. One trainee has prior knowledge with regards to the qualification and yung needed na lang po niya na pag-aaralan ay yung mismong core competency na napili ninyo. So, yung ganun po siya nagpe-play out. That's why you chose a certain core competency. So, pati yung core competency na po na napili po na yun, yun din po, aside from the planned training session, yun din po ang inyong i-demonstrate. So, basically, meron kang trainee na yun ang kailangan. They have prior knowledge na with the other competencies, maliban doon sa gusto nyong ituro. The next trainee naman is that no further knowledge of the qualification. Napakahalaga po na establish natin yung micro-teaching as well as different trainees doing different tasks. Kasi yun po yung next thing po na yun yung ipapakita. So before we end this session daw, may I ask if you have any questions? If none, I will see you all tomorrow for the lesson proper and move to the next learning activities. So that is the end of day 1 pa lang. Next is the training proper. So you will elicit here naman yung sinasabi ko pong 4 methods of learning. So yung individual study, yung lecture/discussion, yung video presentation, and lastly yung demonstration. But ang kwento nga po nito ay you have 2 trainees, one that has prior knowledge na nakafocus dun sa inyong gusto talagang i-establish or ituro na core competency, while yung isa naman po will undergo the entire program. So he or she will start from scratch. Magandang ipakita po natin na ma-establish po yung micro-teaching as I've mentioned earlier. So, as I've mentioned yesterday daw po, nakalagay dun sa ating script. Trainee number 2 has no prior knowledge, so she will undergo study of the first core competency. So, please proceed daw to the contextual learning area and for 30 minutes read information sheet 1.1-1 po. And answer the questionnaire and do the self-check answer after. Ang ibig sabihin po nito, yung questionnaire po yung mismong document na self-check. And yung self-check naman po na ito is yung verb, yung paggawa. I-check mo yung sarili mo through the answer key. For training number 1 naman daw, number 1 po yan. So, once you establish or give a task na on the training number 2 that has no prior knowledge, you can now focus on the trainee na gusto nyo turuan talaga. So, ulit. So, pinakaunang papagawa nyo sa training number 1 is, syempre, individual study pa rin. So, again, please proceed to the contextual learning area for 30 minutes. Read information sheet, let's say 3.1-1, yung kunyari core competency ninyo. They're gonna have to answer the self-check and compare their answers to the answer key. That's one method. The next thing that you're gonna do is here. So, pagkatapos ng individual study, you will ask them, kunyari, kung naintindihan ba niya ang topic, and syempre, dapat, hindi nila masyado paintindihan kasi ano pa lang yan self-check pa, information sheet pa lang yan. So, you have to next perform the next, the next learning method, which is the video presentation first. So, ito po, balik tayo dito sa kanan, module title, no? Let's say that this is your chosen core competency. This is you. Diba? You will establish your specific learning outcome na gustong ituro talaga. Let's say today we will be discussing on how to lay out and produce copyrighted drawings in details. And we'll be focusing on the first learning content, which is to draw basic geometry on AutoCAD. So, you will next present a video na skills related dun mismo sa skill na inyong gustong ituro, which is creating basic geometry in AutoCAD. For example, i-play nyo siya talaga. This cannot be played nata, I think. Because tagal-tagal na po ito. Basta magpe-play po kayo talaga ng video. After that, the third method is to actually have a lecture/discussion. Wait lang po. Saan ko lang itong So, you will basically discuss a brief discussion lang, wag nating masyadong habaan. So, this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lang na slides, no? So, let's say that you you will discuss on how to draw basic geometry in AutoCAD. So first thing daw that you're gonna do, kunyari, this is a simulated nagbukas na po ako ng AutoCAD para sure. Wait lang po. Ayan. So, kunyari, you will discuss on how to draw basic geometry on AutoCAD. So, remember that AutoCAD recognizes an object by its coordinates, X, Y, and Z axis. You're gonna have to establish the first point and the second point of every line. So, next daw, to draw the command, etc., etc. So, this can be like a 5 to 10 minute discussion lang. So, again, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But you're gonna have to do a presentation po talaga. Like yung ipapakita ko po sa inyo later na sample demonstration. Kung paano siya gawin. So pagkatapos natin mag-discuss, that is the third method na. The fourth method is to actually perform the task. So based sa ating session plan, for presentation purposes, you will do the task first. Next is for the practice. The trainee will attempt the task or practice the task or to demonstrate the task that will be given to them. And for the feedback, you will be giving feedback on your trainees. So you're gonna literally dapat mag-perform. So demonstration daw line 1 to line 2 kunyari, and let's say circle, diba? Rectangle, hatch, yun yung mga nakalagay dun sa aking sa aking discussion. Maglalagay ka doon ng hatch and stuff like that. You're gonna literally demonstrate on how to do your particular skill. I was a bit lucky lang po na ang aking pinili na skill or pinili na task or pinili na learning outcome at core competency is computer-based. So, hindi ko na kailangan gumamit ng kahit na anong props. I just gonna need to present the software through the projector. Pero, syempre, hindi naman tayo pare-parehas ng qualification. And if you're gonna do a physical task, you're literally gonna provide, diba, materials and tools needed. So, let's say you're gonna have to prepare, kunyari, especially cooking, no? I know that it takes a lot of time, but what you're gonna do now is to literally demonstrate pa rin, but yung katulad ng ginagawa sa ating mga cooking show, kung inyong may prepared na siya na finished product. So, you will demonstrate pa rin on how to simulate the cooking, kunyari, tatapos yung finished product. So, kung natapos nyo na mag-demonstrate on how to do the specific task, you will let your trainees do the same stuff. And while they're doing the same stuff, you're gonna have to observe their performance because the next thing that you're gonna do is to actually provide feedback on their performance. Balik tayo dito. Ayan. The trainee, maximize ko na to. Ayan. So, the last learning method is the demonstration. So, the trainer first will demonstrate, and now the trainee will demonstrate naman the both. Trainer observes, checks, and this is actually the feedback kunyari, with a few hesitations on your part. As I observed, you satisfactorily perform the task. So, you will again simulate di ba napag-usapan po natin na itong particular core competency lang na ito ang kanyang needed in order for them to be able to be completely competent sa inyong qualification. So, let's just say na satisfactorily performed na yun, no? Nagawa na niya ng maayos. And pwede na siyang mag-undergo ng institutional assessment for the last core competency na kanyang needed in order for him or her not to become competent na dun sa, or at the very least ready for the national assessment. So that is the end of day 2. So the training proper na tinatawag po natin. So the beginning of day 3 naman is the institutional assessment plan. So good morning trainees. Now for today, I will conduct an institutional assessment for training number 1 on the core competencies for BPP. So, syempre, you're gonna have to simulate that this is a new day. So, mag-attendance ka ulit. Next is you're gonna administer 3 types of assessment methods for the institutional assessment na evident din no sa ating mga institutional assessment tools, which are the post-test written exam, demonstration, no, meron tayong specific instructions to the candidate doon, as well as performance criteria for the institutional assessment. Tapos third, di ba meron tayong ginawang sample questions related to qualification, na yung 10, tapos you will use it for oral questioning naman. So, you will administer the three learning assessment methods, and syempre while they are doing the said demonstration of these assessment methods, your role will be actually assessing them. So babantayan nyo siya talaga from start to finish. So syempre pagkatapos ng performance, you're gonna have to feedback. So for written exam daw, kunyari, your answers in your written exam are about 75% correct. For the demo, I have observed that you did not implement the OHS, but you were able to achieve the objectives of the given task, and you have answered the question satisfactorily. So syempre, you're gonna feedback it overall. So with these results, I consider you to be competent already, since this is your last score for your specific qualification, kunyari. I will now recommend you to undergo the national assessment. Congratulations, staff. So kunyari, matatapos siya ng program dun sa last day na yon. Kasi you have to simulate the end of a training session. So may kwento lang po siya, kaya natin siya ginawang ganon. And lastly, that you're gonna have to do or let them fill up the training session evaluation form to help improve the trainer himself, the support staff, the tools, materials, and equipment, and the facilities of the training center. So that's the last thing that we're gonna do. And that's it. Yun yung 30 minutes na needed sa inyo in order for you to demonstrate on how to become a trainer. 30 minutes, that's it.